Quentin Nelson is that much of a difference maker, but that's why I would go get Nick Foles, Greeny, because he knows the offense. He's competent. He's not a world beater. There's a reason he's a third string. But to your point, you don't want to sit there 1-4, even though it's a 17-game season. So Nick Foles at $4 million and maybe a 6th-round pick, that may be the best way to stem the tide.
Okay, let's have this debate now, once and for all, because I'm dealing with 3 people who don't understand, it seems to me, the dynamics of being insecure. But that you've now played directly into my strong suit, okay? So you brought Carson Wentz. Marcus, I'm looking right at you. You brought Carson Wentz to Indianapolis to resurrect him, not physically, but psychologically, because Frank Reich is the guy who can do it, and an organization believing in him fully can do it. And if the day they brought him in, I said to you, what's the last thing on earth you would do if you're the Colts now? You would have jokingly said, I don't know, sign Nick Foles, and you would have laughed because it sounded so ridiculous. Now here we are, and people are telling me they should do it. Marcus, it doesn't make sense to me. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Gee, it's not ideal for Carson Wentz, but it's ideal for your team. See, here's the problem. Here's the problem. You fall for it, too, because you've been around Dan Orlovsky for a long time, and you've been around a lot of these quarterbacks, and y'all all want to worry about damn feelings and not realize that most defensive players and most big guys come from an entirely different place. That competition level. See, the problem is quarterbacks are usually already knowing that they'll be the starter. They already know going into camp that they don't have to fight for a position because the contract says whatever, or they don't have to fight for a position because the coach is my guy, and we've been doing this for a long time. So y'all fall for it, and you are one of the biggest, G, of falling for it. The bottom line is the responsibility is to the team, to the rest of this damn roster, to do what's best for them to stay afloat until Carson Wentz can come back. I don't give a damn about how Carson Wentz would feel. I would care about being 0-5 in the first 5 weeks of the season more than I'm worried about how Carson feels about Nick Foles. And let me just do this so I can cap this and send it to Kim and Mike T. Because here's the deal. The deal is, yes, Nick Foles is in Chicago buried at the 3rd string. You know where the hell Carson Wentz would be based off his last season? Buried at the 3rd string. So if we think Frank Reich can resurrect Carson Wentz, we damn sure got to think that he could resurrect Nick Foles for 5 weeks to hold the fort down until Carson Wentz gets back. If Carson is in his feelings and that takes him away from being able to be a successful quarterback, that's a Carson Wentz problem. That ain't a Colts problem. So you, Greeny, and Dan, and Carson Wentz, go cry, because we trying to win games. We ain't worried about your damn feelings.
See, this goes directly back to what I was saying. Never ask a defensive player about a quarterback's feelings or injuries. But Kimberly, let me come to you.
Yes.
Let me try and appeal to you because you're a sensitive person. Quarterbacks are more like basketball players than they are like football players. Most football players, I agree, are like Marcus, and they just tell them where to show up and who to hit, and they go do that. But quarterbacks are a little different. You wouldn't do this with a basketball star. You would take into account that the psychology of the situation. And in this unique case, I believe they have to consider the same thing in Indianapolis. Am I missing the point?
I think you are right about the psychological issue with Carson Wentz. I think you're right. But if you're the Colts, if you believe that Carson Wentz can't handle Nick Foles, a guy who they put up a statue for in Philly, if you think that Carson Wentz can't handle Nick Foles joining his locker room again, you wouldn't sign him, right? You wouldn't trade for him. You wouldn't make that move if you believed he wouldn't be able to handle it.
And Greeny, look, we all have insecurities. I totally get that. But the job description of a quarterback is to be a battlefield commander and to be mentally tough. And Marcus and Kimberly nailed it, which is if he's worried about that, they may have the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And guess what? I would ask Carson Wentz, do you want to be 0-5 when you get back?
Yeah.
But if he wasn't worried about that, he wouldn't have been available in the first place, Marcus, is the point I'm making. This is a guy who at one time was playing near MVP level football, and it all fell apart to the point that the Eagles had to add things to the deal to get rid of him. They had to send him away and ask a team to take him off their hands. That's because of the factor that we're talking about here. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.